What up, people? Welcome to a brand new year and a brand new episode of Mike Steph's WrestleMania Memories. Yes, yes, yes. Hope everybody had a great holiday. Hope everybody had a happy New Year and prosperity for the year to come. This will be a very short WrestleMania memory because I'm talking about WrestleMania 22. WrestleMania 22 emanated from Chicago, Illinois, 2006, and it main evented John Cena defending his championship versus Triple H. We also had a historic history in the making in which Rey Mysterio won his first heavyweight championship in a triple threat against Randy Orton and defending champion coming in, Kurt Angle. And one of my favorite matches of WrestleMania history was the women's championship match between Trish Stratus and new upcomer Mickie James. Well, I'm going to start with the Triple H versus John Cena match. Going into this WrestleMania, what was the subtitle for this WrestleMania? Big Time? Yeah, they had the old Peter Gabriel song, Big Time. It's nothing major, nothing in life, which kind of underscores how WWE was at the time. It was grasping at past glory. Yes, they had, come off WrestleMania 21, in which they crowned their two top guns, John Cena and Batista. Batista actually first reign ended in injury. He had to give up the title. Then they did a battle royal to determine the next champion, in which Kurt Angle won. Kurt Angle had to instantly turn face or tweener. And yeah, it just didn't work out like that well. On the underline of that, we had the unfortunate passing of Eddie Guerrero late 2005. And in a tribute to Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio made it his implied goal to win the WWE Championship for his hermano, for Rey Mysterio. He won the Royal Rumble that past January. At the time, he set a record in lasting over 62 minutes, I believe. Randy Orton was still in his, wouldn't say in his legend killer phase, but totally in his total douche phase. And he was doing so many dastardly things to desecrate the memory of Eddie Guerrero, as in burning down his lowrider, pretty much calling Rey Mysterio a charity case, the whole nine. Yeah, I know I was talking about John Cena and Triple H, but so be it. So it culminated in this triple threat match. And with these three wrestlers, you would have thought they would have gave these three wrestlers all the time they needed to really tear the house down. This triple threat only went 9 minutes. With Randy Orton, Kurt Angle, and Rey Mysterio. Conversely, in the main event, this wasn't the main event. This wasn't the co-main event. This was like in the middle of the card. Conversely, in the main event, Triple H and John Cena were applauding 25 minutes, in which John Cena was hailed as coming from the hard scrabble streets of West Newbury, Massachusetts, and Triple H was supposed to be this pampered blue blood. Like he took it back to his Hunter Hearst Helmsley days. Oh yeah, by the way, he still was managed by, accompanied to the ring by Ric Flair, and he's supposed to get his manicure done, and he has his masseuse, and he's drinking his wine, and he's getting fed his grapes, and it was just a big crap of BS. The match actually had the debut of CM Punk at WrestleMania, but he was not known as CM Punk. He was just a faceless gangster during John Cena's entrance, in which John Cena was supposed to be, I guess, Elliot Ness, going back to the 1920s, 1930s, Al Capone, in which he was going against the Untouchables. And needless to say, the Chicago crowd did not appreciate that whatsoever. They booed him loudly, rightfully so. And this was also around the time that there was a backlash against Cena because Cena couldn't wrestle. Yes, he couldn't wrestle. He didn't wrestle. And it's not the fact that he wasn't able to show his wares. He just couldn't wrestle. He was clunky. He was doofy. He was all everything that wasn't classic. And meanwhile, Triple H was supposed to enhance that by showing the fact that he was a student of the sweet science of wrestling. Anyway, so lastly, Rey Mysterio won, and he had a short reign. I believe his reign was ended by, was it Mark Henry? Did Mark Henry get the championship, or was it Booker T? I think this was Booker T. This was the inauguration of King Booker. Yeah, his reign was short. His reign was short. Or was it Kane? I don't know. You see, my memory is kind of short-circuiting when it comes to 2006, because 2006 was to me a down year. Sans the feud between John Cena and Edge. Oh yeah, that's right. Edge was a main component of this WrestleMania, in which he faced Mick Foley in a no-holds-barred match and got his hardcore stripes by going through a burning table and defeating Mick Foley and truly becoming the Rated R superstar. Yeah, that I would have been remiss for not remembering that. But last but not least, we had Trish Stratus versus Mickie James. Mickie James was supposed to be this stalker, this lesbian stalker, and the highlight of this match, and Mickie James won her first women's championship. The highlight of this match was she countered a move of Trish Stratus by taking her hand and placing it directly onto Trish Stratus's crotch. Yes, another region, if you will. Not only that, because she had such a crush on Trish Stratus in storyline, she took her hand out and she commenced to lick it like that. Unless you have the full original recording of WrestleMania, you will never be able to see that. Because in an interview years after, Mickie James revealed that slightly when she came through the curtain, she almost got fired. Vince McMahon called that classless, crass, disgusting, and I needed to say that was probably strike one against Mickie James in her WWE tenure. So, yeah, like I said, real quick, in and out. Other notable matches was Shawn Michaels versus Vince McMahon. That led to Shawn Michaels. What was it? Shawn Michaels and God versus Vince and Shane McMahon, which led to the introduction of the Spirit Squad and the reformation of D-Generation X, DX, if you will. Yeah. You had Mark Henry losing in a casket match to The Undertaker. Oh, yeah. You had Rob Van Dam winning Money in the Bank and going on to cash that in at One Night Only in 2006 in Hammerstein Ballroom, and actually was the jumping off point for WWE's version of ECW. And I think that's pretty much it. You know, not really eventful. I mean, eventful at certain parts, but, you know, I figured I'd come over here and give y'all a holiday. Matter of fact, not a holiday edition, but, you know, I'll give y'all something that y'all truly, truly deserve and been richly missing. And that was more me and more WWE WrestleMania memories. Next on the docket will be WrestleMania 23, emanating from Detroit, Michigan, from Ford Field. And an interesting main event that wasn't supposed to happen. That's what you call a tease. That's what you call a cliffhanger in the business. So until then, I'll check y'all later. Goodbye.